Welcome to The Time of Your Life, the podcast where I ask, what would you do if you won $2 billion? With me today, I've got Corina Baker, a lovely goddess who is amazing on the dance floor. My name is David Plouffe. I'm your host. Let's get started.
Hi, great to be here.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So, Corina.
Yes.
About a week ago, you bought a lottery ticket.
Okay.
It's not something you normally do, but you were feeling spicy. You thought, let's try our luck. You checked the ticket the next day. All the numbers matched. $2 billion jackpot. You called your lawyer. You got your affairs in order. You got everything lined up. You visited the lottery office. You just got a call 10 minutes ago that everything's settled. You've got $2 billion in your bank account set to spend. What do you do first?
Well, first thing I would do is figure out I would buy a piece of land, move out to the middle of nowhere with my family.
Well, hold on.
I know you said no buying, but wait, I have a story up past that.
We're sitting here in Ferndale, Michigan. It's 4:05 p.m. Where do you want your land to be?
Ooh, somewhere tropical. Maybe somewhere like Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
That'd be beautiful.
Have you ever been to Costa Rica? Do you know anything about Costa Rica?
I have not been. I'm going for the first time at the end of February for a music festival. And I've been researching the area and it's absolutely stunning.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Do you think you would want to visit first before you go all in and buy property there?
I'm kind of a go all in type of girl. I just jump right into it.
Yeah, just dive head first.
It's like my motto, kind of the whole thing. I'm very
Costa
impulsive.
Rica, do they speak Spanish there?
They do. Yeah.
Is that like also English you can get by with?
You can. That is an English speaking country.
Do you know any Spanish?
Un poquito.
So you know a little bit of Spanish, and you're going to buy land in a Spanish-speaking country immediately?
I'll learn the language. What better way would be than just to jump right in?
Yeah, jump right in, dive right in. So who do you call? Do you call a realtor to help you find this piece of land, or do you look? I don't know. Does Zillow exist for Costa Rican property?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so, because I love to go on Zillow and just scroll, and I'm sure that that's also an option. Or you just call a realtor. Just say, hey, this is what I'm looking for. I just need a piece of land. I need someone to help buy a house.
You want a land that already has a house on it, or you want totally bare?
I want a bare bones. I want to make like a little commune.
Start from scratch.
But do very eco-friendly too. Like figure out how to build like a water filtration system. So when it rains, it'll just filter the water straight to my house.
That's exciting. Yeah, water catchment.
Yep.
Got to have that.
Oh yeah.
Got to be drinking water.
It's important.
Hydrate or die.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
Yeah, as I say that.
Yeah, but I would love to have that small little area for like me and my best friends and my family, and have it very equally, like very sustainable. That is, we can live there and maybe have some crops. My friend has a great green thumb. I kill all my plants. So it'd definitely she'd have to come with me.
Well, what do you think the land would look like when you bought it? Is this like a patch of dirt, a patch of grass? Is this raw jungle that you're buying?
I would ideally somewhere like along the coast, that has like good enough soil to be able, like I said, to grow on, and we'll figure out what grows naturally there. Obviously, I have to do my research, but then I would like to have it on the water. I think I'm a water baby. Always have been my whole life.
You like to swim?
I do.
You ever go surfing?
I cannot do that. I'm not good. I tried. I stood up once and then just face planted. Yeah,
that's about as far as I ever got. I went when I was living in Hawaii about 10 days in a row. It took, all my roommates were surfers while I was there. And they told me, like, you just have to go every day, every morning. You just have to keep failing. And then eventually you figure it out. It wasn't the most encouraging advice I've ever gotten, but eventually I did figure it out.
That's a lot of drive and determination. I mean, I could see if I lived in Costa Rica on the water, I would totally be up every day. And if I won the lottery, I wouldn't have to do anything besides live my life and just be in peace and happiness.
You really wouldn't.
Mm-hmm. That's that would be the pinnacle of everything.
All right. So you got this plot of land.
Yep.
You called whoever you needed to call, said, I'm buying in cash. Put the title in my name. I'll be there shortly. How soon do you travel there to set things up?
I mean, I would quit my job immediately.
Would you tell them?
My job?
Yeah.
No, I'd Irish goodbye them. They'll figure it out.
Stop showing up?
Yeah, what are they going to do? Just like, all right, I'm out.
I did that once at a job. I walked out. I was working at Home Depot in the garden department, and I had put in my 2 weeks notice, and I worked for like a week and a half. So it was already like my second or third to last day. And I had gotten a call from a friend to hang out while I was at work. And I told my boss, like, hey, like, I'm leaving. And he's like, what? No, you can't do that. I'm like, what are you going to do? Fire me? And so then I left. I went and it was a good day.
I honestly love having that mentality. So I'm a surgical tech, and I have a 13-week assignments because I travel. And then my last week that I'm there, I kind of don't really pay attention. And I could just like do my job, the bare minimum. And because I'm like, what are you going to do? Fire me? I'm leaving in 2 days. I'm not putting that stuff away. You guys can do it. It sounds so bad. I swear I'm a team player.
Does sound a little bad.
I swear I'm a team player.
I'm sure you're great at your job.
But no, I would Irish goodbye them, and they'd figure it out on the news that I won the lottery. And they know I'd be gone somewhere. So what would you do? Let's continue on from like this moment. You know, you call up, buy some property. Let's say that takes you, I don't know, half an hour. Mm-hmm. It's now 5 p.m. What do you do? I am going straight to Costa Rica, looking at the plot of land.
You buy plane tickets?
Oh, yeah.
For as soon as possible, first flight out?
First flight out.
Do you have a preferred airline? Are you flying
Delta.
Private?
Oh, wait, I have $1 billion. I could
buying your own jet?
I don't know.
How often do you think you're going to be traveling?
I love to travel. So buying a jet would be that. Ooh, that's a good idea.
You want like a full-size jet, or you want like a little twin?
Just a little mini one.
Yeah.
Just for like me and a couple friends.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't need to be excessive.
Do you know any pilots?
No. I'm sure I could hire one.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not that hard to find a pilot. How hard could it be? You just go on, Craigslist? Looking for a private...
sketchiest pilot you've ever seen. It's like, oh yeah, I got my license on the internet. That's a little sketchy.
I mean, if he knows how to fly a plane.
Fair.
That's, more than I've got.
That's true.
Like, how long do you think it takes you to buy a plane? Do you look at multiple planes, or do you just go with the first one? Do you do that is that something you do online?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Could you go? Is there like
Is there a plane store?
Yeah.
Like an Apple store, you just go to the plane store?
See, now we're diving into this. I would immediately buy a plane ticket to get to Costa Rica just so I can be there, and then I'll worry about buying a plane later.
Worry about the jet later.
Yeah, but I feel like it's only all online, and you have to custom order your plane.
Have you heard about these? There's like car vending machines now.
Ah, the Carvana vending machines?
Yeah.
I've seen them.
Isn't that wild?
It is. They're really cool. It's literally a cylinder tube, and they just push whichever car they want, and it comes down through the center. It's really cool looking.
So there needs to be one of those for jets.
I don't know if the demand's that
private
high.
Plane.
I don't know a lot of people that can actually buy a plane right out.
Fair enough. One day we'll be there.
But I can't. I just want $1 billion.
Yeah, it's just for you. It's going to exist just for you, for whenever you need a plane.
Exactly. And I have a lot of friends across the country too, so picking them up for a weekend trip, let's go.
Perfect. So you're not buying the plane yet because we don't have a plane vending machine.
No.
But you booked the ticket to Costa Rica. Do you think that flight is tonight, or is that tomorrow morning?
It would be in the morning. I'd have to pack.
Yeah.
And like get a little bit of my fares in order and figure out my dog.
You told me you're going out tonight. Do you cancel those plans?
Oh. No. Nope. I'm not canceling my plans tonight.
So you're still going out dancing, and then you got a flight to catch in the morning?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How much time do you spend packing? I mean, it doesn't take that long to pack, right?
No, it doesn't take that long to pack. And I would just take my bathing suits, my dresses, and I'll be good. That's
all you need? Just like a backpack or a bag?
It would be a
carry-on?
giant suitcase. I am a material girl. I would have the biggest suitcase I own. I'd literally not even fold. I would throw everything in the bag. I'd throw all of my skincare products, hair care products, and then I'm out.
Your clothes don't get wrinkly?
I have $1 billion. I can pay to have them dry cleaned. I don't need to fold them.
Or it doesn't even matter what you look like, right?
Exactly. And then when I get there, or I could just
buy all new clothes.
I was to say, screw everything and just buy all new clothes. All new clothes, beautiful skincare. It'd be amazing.
Well, do you think what would you prefer, to bring all of your existing swimsuits and clothes, or buy all new clothes?
I would definitely bring at least 2 or 3 because I have
like
a couple
comfort
that I love.
items. Yeah, the things that you like.
So I do have pieces that I still love, even though they didn't cost a thing.
Do you have like a favorite piece of clothing that you have?
For tropical areas, I have these 2 beautiful dresses that I bought in Tulum when I went a couple years ago. Those are definitely going.
What color are they?
One of them is a beautiful, like, short bluish, aqua-ish color with like rose or flowers and pink all over it. And it has it's satin, like a satin silk. It's beautiful.
Ooh, nice.
And it's like, gives you a little shimmy shake, and you do a little tie around the back. The other one's pretty similar, except it's long and it's like tan with a little bit of like light blue and red.
Sounds lovely.
It is.
So that's what we're bringing to Costa Rica.
Oh yeah. And then 2 bikinis. 2 dresses, 2 bikinis.
Only 2?
That's all I need.
That's all you need? Just switch back and forth?
Well, I can buy anything I want when I get there.
Yeah, and then you'll buy whatever you want.
Shopping trip.
So you go out dancing tonight, you pack your bag, and then in the morning you catch your flight. How do you get to the airport?
Oh. See, my little mind is thinking, I'm just going to Uber. Because I don't need my car anymore. I'd have to sell all my stuff. I could just give it to people. Give it to family members that I have that are in need of all my stuff.
Or just keep it someplace, right? I mean, you don't have to sell it just because you plan on never coming back.
I plan on never coming back.
This is a one-way ticket that you've booked. You're a one-way ticket to Costa Rica. That's it. You're out.
Not only am I gone, but
Do you need like a visa or anything to go to Costa Rica?
Yeah, I have my passport. I don't think so.
For like a one-way ticket if you're never coming back?
I don't know.
Can you just move there?
I think, isn't it a part of the United States? No, not Costa Rica. That's Puerto Rico. Oh, that's a good question. I would have to figure that out.
You probably can only get like a 90-day
visa.
Yeah.
But then I can figure out how to become a citizen when I'm there.
Yeah. And if you've got that much money, they'll be like, yes, you can live here. You can live wherever you want.
Yeah. I don't think it's, or I could just have something there and I could go there for a month and then come back to the stateside and just kind of figure it out.
Yeah, just travel the world.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'd still have my home base in Costa Rica, though. I'd still own a piece of land in Costa Rica.
How are you getting to the airport?
I would just Uber. Basic, easy.
Just basic, Uber.
Yep.
Whatever car comes, that's
whatever it is. I'm not even thinking about the price. I'm just like...
No worries. You get in the Uber and the Uber driver is playing the worst music you've ever heard. What do you do? Do you have headphones?
I do. I was about to say, I usually, if it's something bad, I'll put my headphones in. I'm too polite to ask them to turn it off or change it. So I'll just stick in my headphones. Usually listen to a podcast, honestly.
That happened to me while I was in New York. I was in New York over Christmas visiting my family. And my mother, my brother, and I took an Uber while we were there. And first of all, this guy was a terrible driver. I thought I was going to die. It was one of the scariest experiences of my life. And I was with my whole family. So there'd be no one left. There'd be no one left.
Oh, geez. That's morbid.
Yeah. And halfway through the ride, because when we first got in, it was just silence. And I was like, that's all right. Like, I can deal with that. Halfway through the ride, he turns on this like rap station that was just like the nastiest like rap that's out
like
there.
Hardcore heavy stuff.
Yeah, like just terrible lyrics. And I'm sitting there next to my mom, just like, this is so awkward right now. I don't know what to do. And I have AirPods, so I just had my headphones in my pocket. I just put my headphones in. I'm like, I don't want to hear this. Unfortunately, they didn't have headphones, and I think they were just listening to it. But you let your
parents suffer?
They never commented on it.
Your mom just sat there and suffered?
I mean, they could have asked him to turn it off. I could have asked him to turn it off, I suppose, also.
We're just too polite. That's okay.
Yeah.
Just let him, he's working. Let him listen to his jams.
Right. He's the one that's kind of like deciding whether we live or die by navigating this vehicle. I don't want to piss him off.
He's already he's already driving terribly, and he already has terrible music. He might lose his mind if you tell him that he needs to turn off the music. He was like, what?
Right. He's hanging on by this single thread.
Yeah. All of a sudden, you're in the middle of the highway, flipped upside down.
This is the last thing I have.
See, that's why you have to be polite to people.
Yeah. So you would just put your headphones in?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What would you listen to? Do you have like playlists downloaded on your phone or things that you like?
I like to listen
to podcasts.
I do. I love true crime podcasts. That's probably what I listen to. Can I shout out a podcast that I love?
Sure.
Yeah, one of my favorites. I love watching or listening to Murder with My Husband. It's a wife and husband duo, and they will tell you the husband.
They commit murders together?
No.
That's what it sounds like.
But if you need to know how to hide a body, I can help you.
Good to know.
No, I'm just kidding. But
I'm going to hold you to that.
First step, do not write anything down. You're going to get caught.
Oh, if you write stuff down? I mean, why would you be writing things down?
People write
like a
manifestos.
to-do list?
Yeah.
Like, all right, kill husband, hide body
Buy
in
shovel.
river.
Buy rope. No, but so it's a husband and wife duo, and the husband hates true crime. The wife loves it. And so she tells him these stories, and his reaction is, some of them are really sad stories, and like you can feel how they feel for the victims, but it's really cool because he's like learning all this for the first time, and she's the one that does all the research. So it's like she's storytelling, and you hear their banter back and forth. So it's not just listening to the facts, it's listening to like people tell the stories.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
I stay away from anything true crime, fake crime, doesn't matter. I don't want to hear about it. I'm trying to keep myself in a little bubble of tranquility and peace, and I'm just going to grow
just like
that.
A happy little space.
Yeah, it's nice space. I got my lamp. That's all I need.
You're comfortable and cozy. I like it.
Yeah.
But side note real quick, Alex's wife, or fiance, I'm sorry.
Alex, friend of yours.
Yes.
Friend of ours.
Friend of ours.
Yeah.
That's how we met, when we met.
Yeah, we all met on a dance floor.
At the Big Pink.
Cool club in
to
Detroit.
techno.
Check it out.
She is a criminal defense attorney, and we were sitting around talking one day, and I was just like, do you watch true crime? She goes, I live it. I don't need to listen to it too.
Yeah, that'd be a lot.
Too much.
So you're in the Uber, listening to true crime, about to get on a plane. Do you bring any snacks with you? No,
I buy my snacks.
Did you eat breakfast before you left for the airport?
Nope, I'm buying everything on the way. I don't need to worry about it. I don't like to cook anyways, so I'm going for it. I'm jumping in.
So you get to the airport, you get through security with your 4 pieces of clothing, 2 dresses and 2 swimsuits, and you start getting a little hungry. What do you get for breakfast in the airport? There's a lot of options there.
I love breakfast burritos.
Breakfast burritos?
They have or a bagel. Maybe bagel with cream cheese. Simple.
Easy.
Everything bagel with cream cheese.
Anything to drink?
Coffee.
Like
I've been out partying all night. I'm going to have a cup of coffee.
I forgot about that. I'm going to be tired.
I'm going to be exhausted, but I'm going to be running on adrenaline.
It's okay. You can sleep on the plane.
Yeah.
How long is a flight to Costa Rica?
I don't know. I think it's 7 hours. I looked at flights a while ago.
That's direct?
Yeah. If you're going out of like an international airport, yeah.
What do you do while you're on the plane?
I am in first class, obviously.
Of course.
And I get into the Delta Lounge because I'm already at that status.
What's that? Oh, Delta Lounge?
Yeah.
Oh,
have you ever been in a Delta Lounge?
I have.
It's like a mysterious place to me. I've never been.
My father was a consultant, and so his entire life he spent traveling the country and the world a little bit, but mostly like traveling the country, flying back and forth, installing like systems for people. And he acquired over 2 million Delta flyer miles through his career. Oh my God. And he had like the highest diamond status, like platinum club member for everything. He had a lifetime membership to the Delta Sky Club. And it was something that doesn't even exist anymore. He bought it in like the 70s or something. And then they realized like, oh, this is way too good of a deal. We can't sell this.
I actually heard about that on either some sort of social media, how they were talking about how some airlines were thinking about bringing that back, and they shared the story about Deltas, and they actually ended up like taking away a lot of people's memberships because they realized that one man used his so much that it basically tripled the price of what it could have been worth because he was just flying everywhere. And I'm like, that's kind of a genius move for like people to buy that.
Just live in the airport, just eat free Delta food and drink all you can drink.
Yeah. The first time, I've never been in first class, by the way, except one time I was bumped up to first class. This was a couple years ago, and I didn't realize that you had all the free drinks and food that you wanted and alcohol. And so I was just sitting there, and they kept coming around asking me if I want anything. I was like, I thought I had to pay for it. And I was like, no, I'm okay. I get off that flight, and I was texting my friend, and she goes, you could have got everything for free. I'm like, I could have been wine drunk in first class for free. And I ruined it. I missed
your chance.
I did.
But the next time,
Well, now I have
now you know.
$1 billion.
Yeah, now it doesn't matter. Now if you buy it or if it's free, it's the same thing.
Yep.
Where was I going with that? Oh, yeah. So when we would travel as a family together, we would always go to the Delta Sky Club first. And when I was a kid, I didn't understand it. Like, I didn't get how cool it was to be there and how like great of a deal it was, because I was just like on vacation with my family. Like, I don't want to be here right now. But now I'm like, oh, man, that was great.
So you were kind of the spoiled little kid that didn't realize?
I mean, we went on like 2 or 3 vacations.
I don't mean that in a bad way. When I was
young. But I mean, in those specific situations, a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
So you're flying Delta Sky Club, eating a bagel. Mm-hmm. You get on the plane. You getting drunk?
Oh yeah, on white wine.
You drank the whole flight?
Oh yeah.
The whole flight? 7 hours?
Probably. Like a glass of wine an hour. I could pace myself. Have some water in between. I love a good glass of white wine. While you
just drink, or do you chat with the people around you? Are you reading a book, listening to more true crime? What do you think you're doing?
I would be
7 hours is a long time.
7 hours is a long time, but then I'll have Wi-Fi, so I'd probably binge a series of something.
Do you have any like favorite series that you've been watching?
I'm actually rewatching Grey's Anatomy for like the 8th time. And yeah.
So I stopped watching TV a couple of years ago. But thanks. There's a point in my life where I watched a lot of TV, and I would do that. I would just like rewatch shows. Mm-hmm. Like The Office was one of those. I think a lot of people went through that one a bunch of times. Like, when you're watching a show for the 8th time, do you just know every line?
Not TV shows. I know a lot of movies line by line, but TV shows, it's like hard. I love rewatching them because especially through the second or third time, because there's a lot of things that you see that you missed the first time, especially if you've ever seen Game of Thrones. That was a big one.
I've never seen Game of Thrones.
Well, you quit
I've
TV.
Heard it's good.
It's amazing. I have an addiction to Game of Thrones, but I watched it through like the third time and everything started to make sense. Like, the storyline is a little bit all over the place, but then once you like pay attention to details and there's little things that you miss along the way that it's like, oh, so that's why so-and-so did this.
Yeah, there's a few movies like that I've seen where upon rewatching them, I catch more details. Like Inception, it has the big twist at the end.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, obviously he's dreaming. And then I rewatched it. I'm like, oh, wait, maybe he's not. Like, I don't know.
Another one is Interstellar. That one was one that I missed a couple.
Oh, yeah, that was such a cool movie. Mm-hmm. That's probably one of my favorite movies of all time.
Really?
Maybe not. Like top 10.
Are you a big space, like interested in space kind of person?
Yeah, I like space stuff. I'm not that interested in like studying it necessarily, but I find it interesting. Like if someone says like, oh, this is like the Hubble Deep Field, I'll be like, wow, that's really cool that exists. Or like, these people went to space. I'm like, that's really cool that exists. But as far as like the technical details, I'm not quite that into it.
Did you see the picture that NASA...
Oh, the black hole?
Well, not just the black hole, but they had a picture that was taken, I don't remember how long ago. I can't remember details, but it was a very close-up zoom of this picture from far away, and it showed like a lot of different galaxies and planets.
I think that was, well, the Hubble Deep Field was the original one of that. And then there was another one that came out. They like made a better telescope and just pointed it at the darkest part of the sky. Mm-hmm. And there's all these galaxies and nebulas and things. Yeah,
it's probably that. I just didn't know that's what
those
the
are
name
pretty
of
cool.
it was.
But I'll look at it for like 30 seconds and be like, okay.
Did you zoom in?
Oh, that was the one you can zoom in on?
You can click the picture and zoom in. And then it looks cool from a distance, but it looks like a little bunch of stars. But when you zoom in, you see galaxies and like planets and stuff. It's really, you should look at it again, zoom in. It's really good.
Do you think if you were a billionaire, you would try to go to space?
No.
You're not interested in space travel?
No. I think it's cool. I think it'd be cool to go up there and like just for a minute, but I haven't been really interested in that.
Well, would you do maybe like the planes that do nosedives and simulate zero gravity? Does that have any interest to you?
Not really.
You're not a thrill seeker?
I am. I love to I've been skydiving. I love that. I would do that again. Amazing.
I really want to go skydiving. I've never been.
I would suggest if you do it for the first time, don't do it over the continental United States. I did mine in Hawaii, or like do it over some water or somewhere that's like beautiful.
Yeah, I should have done it while I was in Hawaii. I lived there for like 2.5 years.
Oh, cool. Yeah. What were you doing there?
Just hanging out.
See, just hanging out, existing.
Yeah, I had a few different jobs. I danced a lot. I did a lot of things.
Oh, cool.
I had friends that were into skydiving. I actually had a friend there that was into paragliding.
Yeah,
also.
I did that too there.
Yeah, paragliding?
Mm-hmm. It's really cool.
How do you land?
I didn't. It was tandem.
Some say she's still flying. Never landed, went up, can't come down.
No, I just kind of...
Strap in. It's going to be a long ride.
I told you I'm all in. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just trust the people. It's fine. It'll all work out if it's supposed to.
Yeah, strap me in. Tie me in. Whatever happens, happens.
No, when I went skydiving, I literally told the guy, I said, hey, I'm not going to want to jump. Like, you're going to have to push me. He literally did. We were at the edge. I was holding on. He's like, he pried my hands off the thing and just jumped. But I loved it. I had so much fun.
That's awesome.
I won't be as scared next time.
Yeah. All right. So where were we? You're on the plane. Mm-hmm. You're rewatching Grey's Anatomy. Getting wasted on white wine.
Crying over
first
Grey's
class.
Anatomy. Had the same weeping scenes I've seen 8 times.
Who's that person in seat A2 just crying their eyes out? Flight attendants, are you all right? Is everything okay?
I'm fine.
Plane lands in Costa Rica. Did you book a room for yourself? You've got a empty plot of land.
I hope I planned that.
I would hope you did also. When do you think you did that?
Probably on the plane ride over there.
While you're on the plane?
Yeah.
You are 100% all in.
Oh, yeah. I jump into probably sometimes a little bit dangerously, but I full on send it a lot.
That's awesome. So you're on the plane. Mm-hmm. You remember an hour before you land, I should probably have a place to go, have a place to stay while I'm here. Are you thinking... You want to get a house, like an Airbnb type situation, or a hotel, or camping? I don't really know what like the resorts or the accommodations are like in Costa Rica.
They're developed. They have beautiful luxury like all inclusive resorts, and I would love to do that. I would just sit and binge out drinking on the water.
You go night by night, or do you like say, I'm going to be here for a week? Like how long?
Book for like at least a week. And then just in case I change my mind and want to try a different place. And then I can still talk to my realtor and land developer and start to get that. But it's going to take time to build it.
Do you rent a car? Does Costa Rica have like Uber and Lyft?
I would get a valet service. I'd have someone drive
personal
me
driver?
around. Yeah.
Chauffeur?
Yeah. He hangs out with me. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I don't want to have to worry about Ubering, especially with your crazy driver story. There's no way.
So you find a personal driver. You say, take me to the hotel. Mm-hmm. You unpack your 4 clothes, lay them out on the bed, put them in the drawer. I don't know, whatever you do.
My 2 dresses, hang them up in the closet so they de-wrinkle.
Yeah, and then, precisely.
And then throw on a bikini and go lay by the beach, probably. Have some food.
Okay, straight to the beach.
Straight to the beach.
Or straight to food. What do you do first?
Get food and then go on the beach and eat my food.
What kind of food?
Probably a club sandwich.
Club sandwich?
Yeah. When I was in Tulum, Mexico, that was one of my favorite meals that I had. I mean, I loved all the food when I was there. The taco was amazing, but the hotel that I was staying at had one of the best club sandwiches I've ever eaten in my life, which is oddly specific.
Yeah, that is very specific. What's on a club sandwich?
It's turkey, ham, mayo, bacon. I don't do lettuce and tomato. I don't like lettuce and tomato, but that's what's supposed to come on a club sandwich. But it's fine.
Yeah, I don't do meat, so that one wouldn't be for me. Oh. But I guess I'm not part of the club.
Sorry. But
I don't want to be part of your club anyway. It sounds like a stupid club.
With no vegetables.
Yeah, I'm just the opposite. I'm the veggie club. You can join me with the tomato and lettuce.
See, mine's like a texture thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I don't like the way that it feels in my mouth when I'm eating it. I don't like onions lettuce? Is a big one. Yeah, lettuce, no. I'm weird.
I mean, do you eat like other greens?
Yeah. Like I like broccoli and edamame is really good.
Ooh, edamame. That food is delicious.
Or I found out recently, I brought a bag of frozen edamame into work and it was lightly salted from Trader Joe's. So good, by the way, and lasts forever. I used to eat them with the whole thing. I would eat the skin and everything.
Is that not what you're supposed to do?
No.
I mean, you can.
Technically, but I Googled it.
But you're supposed to like pop them open? Like,
yeah.
Just eat the little peas?
Yep. The skin is very hard for us to digest.
I've got a philosophy in life that I don't believe in supposed tos. I don't think there's anything you're supposed to do or not supposed to do. To a certain extent. there's limitations to that. But as far as like edamame goes, I don't know who made up these rules.
I think our body and not being able to digest it's a pretty big one.
Bring it on.
He can handle everything.
Yeah, throw it at me. You think I can't digest this edamame? Watch me.
I don't know. But I felt embarrassed and they all laughed at me.
Oh.
It's fine. I'm fine. They're like, why? And they also asked, they said I used to eat it all the time at the restaurant. And they said, what do you think that extra bowl was for? I was like, I thought it was from soy sauce. They're like, no, it's for the shell of the edamame.
Oh.
The more you know.
You eat your club sandwich. Delicious, nourishing. Maybe helps with your drunkenness because you're probably pretty tipsy still.
I feel like I'd eat in between. It's 7 hours. I'm totally eating on the plane.
What do you eat on the plane? What kind of plane food do they have?
I have no idea. I've never been in first class. No, first class has real food.
They probably have club sandwiches.
They probably have club sandwiches, or at least a nice turkey, like warmed
just
up.
Club sandwiches all day.
Yeah.
Wow, this is the best day of my life. I've joined so many clubs.
Delta Sky Club.
Yeah, Delta Sky Club. First class. Club on the beach.
Oh, and I'm definitely going out tomorrow night in Costa Rica clubbing.
So
for sure.
You lay out on the beach.
Yeah.
Do you have a towel? Did you bring a towel with you?
They have them.
They have them.
No worry, not a worry in the world.
That's all taken care of.
All taken care of. It's an all-inclusive.
That includes all. That's great. So lay out on the beach. You swim?
I do. I love to swim.
Take any fun pictures? What's your beach activities? Because a lot of times when I was in Hawaii, I went to the beach a lot. And I found that the beach can be kind of boring, actually, if you don't have things to do. Like I would get there and I would lay out and I'd be like, okay, now what? And that's where, like surfing comes in or like, all these other activities. Like what's your go-to beach activity?
I like to lay in the sun. I like to read. I'd assume I would grab my book that I'm currently reading.
I mean, when you're laying in the sun, do you just like fall asleep?
Oh yeah. The naps on the beach are the best.
Beach nap.
Then you wake up and you're nice and warm and toasty. Hopefully you weren't there too long. You don't burn. And then you go take a nice, go inside.
You do like sunscreen?
Oh yeah.
Suntan lotion?
Every hour on the hour. I don't want skin cancer. Also, I'm very pale. I burn like nobody's business.
Yeah.
And it hurts. Like my back last year when I was in Florida, completely fried because I didn't have sunscreen because I forgot because I fell asleep in the sun.
Lather up or pay for it.
Oh yeah. So I'm laying on the beach. Oh, and I like to be adventurous. So for example, when I was in Hawaii, I'd hopefully be able to find somewhere. I know that there are waterfalls to explore, which would be amazing.
Yeah. And
there's like different types of coves that you can go snorkel and scuba dive, which I am certified in scuba diving, and I love to do that.
I tried to go scuba diving once. I have a friend in Hawaii who is a scuba diving instructor, and she invited me out. She's like, yeah, I'll take you scuba diving. Like it'll be fun. And I'm a pretty confident swimmer. Like I'm pretty good in the water. We get out there and the ocean is so choppy. It's just like the choppiest, like roughest water ever. We get on the boat, everything's like rocking back and forth. Ooh. And she had some clients with her also. So she was taking me out, but she also had some clients with her. And she's Korean and gave all of the instructions in Korean because her clients are Korean. And so she gives all these all these safety instructions are in Korean, and I know zero Korean. And I'm just sitting there like, you didn't tell me any of this.
And then you're also in your head, it's like, I'm not that strong of a swimmer and I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, I am a strong swimmer, but like that, I've never gone scuba diving. And she told the guy at the shop, like, give me the rundown before we go out. So I got he just said like, oh yeah, it's easy. Just like put the thing in your mouth and you breathe. And then like, you have to do this and you'll be fine. And we get out there and she gives like 10 minutes of instructions in Korean. And I'm like, I didn't hear any of this. We get, the suits on and the wetsuit is like constricting and I start getting claustrophobic. I get in the water and I put the thing in my mouth and I didn't realize this is so stupid. I didn't realize it was going to be wet. Like I started breathing and the air was like wet because it's, you're underwater.
Yeah.
And
with the moisture. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Did you have it in your mouth before you got in?
Well, you have to take it out. That's like part of the test. It's like there's a test to make sure you don't. Yeah, you have to like take it out.
The air's going.
Yeah. And so you have to take it out, and then it's like full of water.
And you clear it, so you're supposed to push
But even after you clear it, there's still like a bunch of water drops.
Oh, yeah.
In there. And I didn't expect that. And so I started freaking out.
Panicking?
I was like a meter underwater. Like we hadn't even really gone down yet. I'm like, no, I can't do it.
How deep were you going?
I mean, we were probably going to go like 20 meters.
Yeah. Like, usually it's 20 to 30 for people that aren't certified. Yeah. So I would assume that. Okay. Which is still, I mean,
but the thought that ran through my head was just like, if I fuck this up, I die.
They wouldn't let you die.
Yeah, but it'd be pretty unpleasant.
It'd be very uncomfortable for sure. My friend, actually, so when I learned to scuba dive, I moved down to Florida, and my friend, she is scared, like depth scares her, but she's a scuba diver, and her fiance owns a shark diving charter, which I've been on, and he is really cool. Not since he's been doing the charters, but I've done a shark dive with him. She has the same thing. She gets down to a certain point, and then she starts having a little bit of an anxiety attack, and then she like forgets, like everything goes out the window because she starts to panic. So like if her glasses fell off, she wouldn't be able to see, and she forgets how to clear them, even though if she's like in just like a meter of water, she can focus on it, but when it gets deep, she just can't anymore.
Yeah, when that pressure is pushing down on you.
She's under pressure.
I'm wearing under this. I got a David Bowie t-shirt on right now. Great song. So I had a panic attack, and I said, no, I'm just going back in the boat. And I got back in the boat, and the captain was like, yeah, if it's not for you, it's not for you. We do this for fun. If you don't have fun, don't do it. I think that was some great life advice.
I think that's good advice for all parts of life.
Yeah.
If you aren't having fun, don't do it.
Exactly. But you're having fun. You're laying out on the beach. Billions. You're getting drunk.
Getting drinks.
Getting drunk, getting tan.
Drinks.
Just bring in the
keep
drinks.
It going.
Just get a funnel, like one of those little hamster bottles. Someone fills it up.
That'd be amazing. Just keep it all white wine. White wine.
Have you ever done like the bag?
Yes. Yeah. I don't like it.
No.
A lot of my friends that I go to music festivals with, they slap the bag. Yeah. I asked one of them the other day when I was on FaceTime, I was like, what's the purpose of slapping the bag? He goes, you just got to slap the bag, dude. Just do it. I'm like, what does it do? They're like, I don't know. You just got to slap it.
Tradition.
I did it one time under peer pressure. And
Do you regret it?
No. Of course not. I was at a festival. I was having a great time.
Yeah. I used to do that when I would go to festivals. I don't drink anymore. There should be like water bags. So
your Camelback.
I still want to participate.
Do you take
but no one slaps
the Camelback. Yeah.
If you did that to someone's Camelback, they'd be like, what are you doing, dude? Like, you're going to break my Camelback.
You lost your mind. No. Maybe get a bag and fill it up with water, because you can get those like travel flasks, and they come in multiple sizes. So you can fill it up with like water and like vitamins for health.
Oh, yeah.
Just like, yeah, dude, let's go. See how many people jump in on that.
That'd be fun.
It's for your health. Stay hydrated.
Hydrate or die. So you want to go scuba diving? You want to find some waterfalls, or which direction are you going?
I think that I would find some water. I immediately, like after I got my fill of laying on the beach, sobered up a bit, I would love to explore.
I mean, what's the time difference like from here to Costa Rica? Only a couple hours.
I think so.
So 7-hour flight. Like, let's say your flight was 8 a.m. You get there.
Because it's just south of us.
You're getting there in the afternoon.
Not even a big difference. I don't even think it's a big time difference.
I mean, you're getting there sometime in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. You spend some time on the beach. Sun is probably, I don't know what time you think the sun goes down there. Sunset.
I want to say it's
like 6 p.m.
Probably. I think it's the same. Oh, they don't have, I don't know. I don't think that they do.
They don't observe daylight saving time.
So it might be a little bit later. Or wait. Yeah. It'd be because I don't know how that works, but.
I don't know either.
But I would definitely take my fill of the beach. I would go sober up, go find some waterfalls.
Well, it starts getting dark, probably.
Well, after lunchtime, I get there around lunchtime. I lay on the beach for a little bit.
Well, I was thinking you could get there around like 3 or 4.
Okay, so if that...
And it probably takes you some time to get to the resort, and then it takes you some time to get to the beach, and then by then it's like 6 or 7.
Then I would just wait and do dinner. I would ask the staff, the hotel staff, if they had any recommendations on finding somewhere to go hike.
While I was in Hawaii, that was me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was that person.
You gave all the great... What island were you on?
I was on Oahu for 8 months. That's where I worked in the hotels, and I was a concierge. So people would come to me like, give me recommendations. And then I moved to the Big Island for about a year and a half.
On Oahu, have you ever heard of Caillou Crater?
Yeah, I hiked it. I went to the waterfall. It was a long hike. That's like a 2 hour. Yeah.
It's a good hike. I went.
Yeah.
That's when I was on. That was my favorite one that I did. Did you go all the way up to the crater?
We didn't go to the crater.
It looks like Jurassic Park up there, like straight up out of Jurassic Park.
The Jurassic Park Kualoa Ranch is on Oahu.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought the whole thing was filmed on another island.
No.
Cool.
Yeah, Cow Crater. I hiked to that one and had sex there. So that was
spicy.
Yeah, next to a waterfall.
Am I pronouncing it wrong?
I don't know how
it's
pronounced. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong.
I heard it Caillou.
Kau,
so maybe.
I don't know.
It was fun. Sketchy to get to though. You have to go back through weird, and you could totally miss it. It's this tiny little entrance behind some people's mailboxes.
Oh, yeah, to get there, there's no parking, and you just like have to climb down this weird little cliff. And it's like, is this a trail?
Did you do Stairway to Heaven?
I never did Stairway to Heaven. I was always paranoid because there's like a guard, and you can get like $1,000 ticket.
Yeah.
I had friends that would do it like every week, and they would take pictures and they would tell me about it and be like, yeah, come do it with us.
You just run from the cops. You'll be fine.
Yeah. I did a hike on the Big Island called White Road, and that one was like an illegal hike with a fine. And you have to jump like 3 different fences to get there. And once you get there, there's a water slide.
Oh,
like I don't actually know what it is. It's this weird like man-made like cement thing. I think it's meant to be like just like a water redirect thing, but
people slide down it.
Yeah, you bring an inner tube and you.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
that'd be fun. I'd totally do that.
It was thrilling. Especially after, because that one also is like a 2 hour hike. So you hike like 2 hours to get out there and you're exhausted, and this water is freezing cold, and it's just the most thrilling, like exciting,
exhilarating, very exhilarating.
Yeah.
That's okay. Back to Costa Rica. They have natural water slides that are like made by the ocean and the rivers that flow through the sides of the mountains that you can actually go down.
So you would want to find one of those.
Oh, for sure.
But right now you're looking for a spot to go to dinner.
I would still jump back to recommendations and somewhere that has fresh fish.
So they recommend you fresh fish stand, restaurant, somewhere nice. You're doing this all by yourself still? Or you're hanging out with your chauffeur?
I would be by myself. Yeah. I'm totally chill going
You do a
places.
lot of things by yourself?
I do. I do a lot by myself. I'm not going to wait for other people to spend my life.
It's a good attitude.
Yeah. I'd probably go to dinner by myself, and I'd probably end up sitting at a bar at some point. Jeez, I drink a lot.
Wow, drinking all day. Do you think you're still standing at this point?
Oh, for sure.
you know how to pace yourself?
I do know how to pace myself, and I drink water in between, probably a lot of fresh juices.
You have a favorite juice?
I don't. I love all juice, like apple juice, orange juice, grape juice, grape juice. Pear, pineapple. Oh yeah,
like a good pomegranate.
Pomegranate juice is good.
I've got some guava juice in the fridge. That's pretty good.
Ooh, I love. There's a. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. There's a Mexican brand type of juices.
I think that's the one that I have.
Maybe
it starts with a J.
The nectar.
Yeah.
There's like the guava and mango nectar. Those are my favorite. Those are so good. I have a whole case of them at home.
Delicious.
I don't know. I guess I would just go somewhere else to drink. Then I'd meet some people there. I'm very friendly.
Yeah. That's how we met.
Who started talking? Did you and Alex start talking to each other?
Yeah, I think Alex and I started chatting, and then we all started dancing.
Yeah. Okay. So I still have the picture from that night. One of them is blurry as hell.
It was a fun night.
It was a fun night. Getting to talk to some people, hopefully find some locals to get their recommendations on things to do. Hopefully they speak English, I'm sure, but I don't want to assume.
I mean, if you're at a resort bar, I think.
No, I would go off the resort to get dinner.
Oh, okay. You're adventuring out so you can meet some locals.
Oh, yeah. And get their recommendations. I have to find out where the slides are and chasing the waterfalls.
TLC says don't do that.
I've done it. It's the best thing ever. It's pretty fantastic. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I've been to a lot of waterfalls, and I would agree. Totally worth the time.
Yeah. That'd be that's a good long first day.
Oh yeah, that's a great first day. You're going to be sleeping well.
Hard. Yeah.
Very well.
Sleeping in the whole next day too.
What time do you think you wake up?
Whenever my body tells me, which would probably be around 11 or 12.
11 or 12?
Mm-hmm.
Is that late for you? What time do you normally get up in your normal life?
If I'm drinking, 11 or 12. But if I'm working, I get up for work at like 5 a.m. And even on my days off that I'm sober, going to sleep sober, I still wake up at like 6.
It's pretty early.
It's really early.
I worked at Starbucks for a couple of years, and we would start at like 4 a.m. there. Mm-hmm. And so I was just in the routine of waking up at like 3 a.m. to get to work. And on my days off, I would sleep in till like 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. and it would feel so late. I'd be like, wow, wasted the whole day. Like, I can't believe I'm up so late. Now I work an evening job, and I'll wake up at like 2 p.m. No, that's not true. I don't wake up that late, but I'll wake up at like noon.
I definitely had to change my mindset when I came to that, because I used to think that I would waste my entire day if I slept in past like 9. And I think my grandma was always up really early, and so I'd felt bad if I overslept. But now that I'm on my own, I'm realizing that like, no, your body needs to sleep. You need to rest. You need to like take some time, and just when you're ready, you get up. And it doesn't matter if you wasted part of your day, still be productive.
Yeah. Beauty sleep. Gotta keep this skin looking fresh.
Mine looks a little dewy, a little greasy. It's okay.
Yeah, you look fine.
It's all the oils I pour into it.
Yeah,
every
do you
morning.
use, what kind of oils?
I have a lot of
like
serums and no, I'm not all natural. I do a lot of different like serums and hydrating, because my skin's dry, especially this time of year. So I just like caked on with multiple moisture levels. Pretty much.
Cake.
Loves me some cake. Cake by the ocean.
Yeah, DNCE. You know the story behind that song?
Mm-mm.
They were collaborating with some other musicians. That's, I think, like Joe Jonas's band. Mm-hmm. And they're collaborating with some other musicians that I don't remember where they're from, like Germany or something. And English wasn't their first language. And they were trying to say sex by the beach. And they said cake by the ocean. And that's where the song came from. That's where they got the lyric.
I love that.
Yeah. It's a catchy song.
It is a very catchy song. I haven't heard it in a while.
Do you have a favorite flavor of cake? Your birthday's coming up. Are you going to have cake for your birthday?
I'm not. I don't like pastries.
I thought you just said you like cake.
I mean,
that was a lie?
It's not a lie. I do like cake, but when I eat the cake, I take one bite of it and then I'm done.
Well, yeah, it's rich.
It's way too sweet for me.
Dense.
Very dense. I do like cake, and if I did have to choose a cake, I'd go with maybe chocolate or strawberry. But it has to be with ice cream, and it'd be like a vanilla.
Cake with ice cream?
No, cake with like a vanilla scoop of ice cream, because the vanilla kind of cancels out all the sugar that's in the cake.
You know, ice cream has a lot of sugar in it.
It does, but to me, that's what it makes sense to me. It works for me.
It cancels it out.
It does. It feels like it's more refreshing.
It's a dynamic flavor. Yeah, it contrasts well, pairs well.
My head doesn't make sense. Just ignore me. It works in my mind. But now saying it out loud, it's like, oh, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's not the sugar. It's probably just the flavor.
Just the flavors cancel or like balance each other better.
Yeah, chocolate and vanilla.
So it's not so heavy eating just the cake by itself.
Yeah.
And it gives that like refreshing touch, I feel.
So you wake up 11 a.m., noon, in your resort room in Costa Rica. What do you do? Where do you go? You call up those locals you met, try to find some water slides or waterfalls.
I feel like I would have to...
Do you think you're still hungover from your 2 days of drinking?
No.
You continue this bender, you just say, fuck it, give me another bottle of wine. Keep it going.
Hey, I'm a trooper. I push through. No, I'd probably wake up and have to find something to eat, of course. So probably go down to the hotel to get lunch. Probably lay out by the water again, just to cure a little bit of that. You need some vitamin D.
I feel like the sun drains you a little bit. I mean, vitamin D, yeah, I guess that'll like charge you up, but...
Well, then you just leisurely stroll, and I'd probably, I don't know. I feel like I would have to meet with the landscape developer at one point.
And you haven't ran out of clothes yet. You're on your second outfit.
Yeah. I would have to go shopping. Let's add shopping to the list. Okay. Glad you thought of it because I didn't.
What kind of clothes do you think you would buy? Just whatever you see, everything?
All dresses. All loose-fitting, flowy dresses.
Sundresses?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I wouldn't have to worry about any professional clothes because I don't have to work anymore. My day is free.
You know, my other friend just recorded an episode the other day. He said, I don't have to be professional anymore. I want a face tattoo.
Oh, I wouldn't, but good for him.
That's really diving in at first.
I would get, add that to my list. I would get tattoos.
What kind of tattoos? Do you have any tattoos?
I do. I have a lot. They're just all hidden for professional reasons. But I mean,
do you have any like dream tattoos that you want to get?
No, I just want to.
You just like decorating?
I do. It's about how it makes me feel.
Yeah. Do you get really symbolic, meaningful things to you, or just nice artwork? Doesn't matter. You get words?
A little bit of both. My very first tattoo is in my grandma's handwriting on my side, and it's in French for without. It's sans peur, so it's in French for without fear. And that was the only one that means that much to me. The rest of them are all just like.
I feel like that's a lot of people. It's like their first one is very meaningful, and then it's like, okay, we did it. I guess we can just do this now.
Well, that's society telling you have to have meaning behind them. But honestly, I think that I get tattooed and get them put in places that makes me feel confident and attractive and kind of a little bit like a BA. But
yeah.
I don't know. I am working on my sleeve right now. I'm doing a patchwork sleeve. So I have the first one placed on the back of my arm, and I have an appointment on the 2nd to get one on like right here on the inside of my arm. I have, it's like a black and white style, kind of like a flash tattoo, but it's going to be eyes. Flash. Like, I can't describe it. It kind of.
Like a burst of light?
Star? That's the tattoo style.
Oh.
There's different, like there's neo-traditional, flash, realism. It's like a style of tattoo.
I see.
And it's going to be like these like, kind of look like comic book strip eye work, but it's going to be in black and white, and her eyes are going to be rolling. And then underneath, I'm going to have tattooed, "It is what it is." That's my next tattoo. I have it on the 2nd of February.
Have you seen that clip, that like meme?
What?
There's some guy who says that in like a really silly voice. And he just says like, "It is what it is.
It is what it is." Yeah.
There's the chorus in response. It is what it is.
And it's true.
Yeah, it is.
I mean.
Some people don't say it be like it is, but it do.
It do be.
It do be like that. It really do.
Mine goes, that's actually going to be something.
It do?
It do. It do. No, I first started, my grandma has a frame picture of one of the first few people, like inspirational quotes. It was literally, "It is what it is." And I can't remember who said it. Or maybe it's unknown, but they gave that to, her friend gave that framed picture to her because my mom had a lot of mental disabilities growing up, and like she was hard to handle a lot. And so she told my grandma's friend gave her that, and so she was like, "Well, it is what it is. You can only do your best, and you love her." And so I've looked at that picture growing up, and now everybody and their mom says it, but it still means something to me.
See, that's why I would never get words, because I'm too self-conscious about what other people think meanings for things are. So if I put something like YOLO on my body, and then, some rapper releases a song, it's like.
But here's the thing. If it means something to you at one point in your life, it's going to take you back to that moment. And also, somebody's going to judge you whether you have something that you like on you or not. They're going to judge you one way or another.
What is it Kim Kardashian says? You don't put bumper stickers on a Ferrari or a Lamborghini.
But you do get a custom paint job.
Hey.
Oh.
There you go. So tattoos. Would you cover your whole body?
No.
Just a few, just the things you want?
Yeah. I have an ideal look. So I have a huge piece there. That's an octopus. Since I'm a scuba diver. That was one of my big ones. And then I would like to continue something down the side of this, maybe to the top of my knee. And then this side is going to be my whole patchwork sleeve. And I would ideally like to get a couple pieces on my back. Like I have a hot air balloon here, but I want to recreate that and redo that.
Do you still want sort of like patch work?
Mm-hmm. I like that. Well,
not like a
just
big
on my
piece.
sleeve though. It would just be a black and white patchwork sleeve. I'll show. I don't want to be on my phone, but I'll show you some pictures.
Yeah.
You want me to?
I mean,
you can
can show me later.
I'll show you later. But that would be my first 2 days in Costa Rica, I think.
That's exciting.
I know.
Waterfalls and beach time.
I'll be there.
You know how to spend your time.
Yeah. All leisure. All just to be present.
Very relaxed. You're going to be the most relaxed person on earth.
For sure. And I'd eventually have my family come out. My grandparents, they would
start working on the land.
No, my grandparents, they would be living in luxury. Oh, me?
Yeah, you bought a plot of empty land.
Oh yeah, well, I feel like I'd have to go shopping around for that though, because I would want to find an ideal location that's
you told me you're going to call right away.
No, I'd have them there so they can relax in luxury. Oh yeah, they're going to be at resort with me. Yeah, they're going to stay
at the resort with you. You're going to live at the resort for a year.
Probably. We're all just going to be hanging out until this all comes in.
You're going to be having so much fun. We're like, oh yeah, I did buy a piece of land.
And I'd have to find a contractor to build the house. Houses.
What kind of houses? You're building a compound? How is it going to be laid out? A lot of houses all next to each other?
I'd probably get
just one big mansion?
I'd probably get like a good 4 just so I could have my grandparents in one, me, myself and I, and then 2 more for like guests or like if my friend wanted to come live with me.
You think your parents, grandparents, they want to move to Costa Rica?
They would if I would.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'd even ask if her friends wanted to come. I'd build a house big enough for her and her friends. They would retire there. I mean, they're retired, but they would live there happily ever after.
It's great.
And I'd fly. I'd have them. The deal would be I would fly out their kids and grandkids anytime that they wanted to see them, so they didn't get homesick and leave my grandparents.
Aw.
Yeah. I would just spoil my family like they've treated me. So.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
So you're still at the resort. You've seen some great waterfalls. You're sleeping all day.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think you do next?
Like I said, I'd have to get with a contractor. I think it'd probably be a smart decision to figure out, not contractor, to figure out where my land is, and then start trying to build on that to get that done.
Did you visit and scope it out?
Make sure that that's the one I want. Yeah.
Yeah, on the coast.
Yep.
Beautiful views.
Close enough to the city, but far enough away. Kind of somewhere in the happy medium.
Would you buy a car there, or you get driven around? You keep your driver that you met on day one.
If he lets me hire him and he's good, does a good job, why not?
What kind of car do you think he drives?
I mean, I would buy a new car, whatever car I'd want to ride in. Maybe like a G-Wagon.
Yeah.
Be really basic. Yeah.
Very basic.
I'd probably buy a Jeep Wrangler too, because I've always wanted one just to drive around myself and like if they allow you to drive on the beach there.
You could probably find some kind of off-roading, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Go back to the adventure portion.
Absolutely. So you meet with your contractor, or you scope out the piece of land.
Yeah.
You say, this is the one I want.
Mm-hmm.
I'm buying it.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're standing there.
And then I need to start, and then I'm going to pay someone to let them do all the excavating. Don't ask me any questions unless it's like detailed.
Are you going to supervise it all? Or
No.
you're just going to say, build it?
I'm just going to
Do you want a pool?
No, I'll be on the ocean. Why do I need a pool?
I mean, it's salt water.
I have a back patio. Yeah, and maybe a nice little outside shower.
I've seen so many pools next to the ocean.
I know. But I'd rather lay on the beach in the water.
Yeah.
And like be in the sand. I like the sand in my toes, and I like sitting. Oh, but I also have to be far enough away from everybody so I could be naked on the beach. That would be ideal.
Private.
Yeah. Good private little area.
How do you think the locals will feel about private beaches? I know in Hawaii it's kind of a
Hawaii is a smaller tension. Area, yeah, but
there's more coastline in Costa Rica.
Yeah,
I mean, I would imagine. I guess there is.
I mean, maybe that wouldn't be possible. I'm not going to overstep. I'm not going to make them.
It's like, excuse me, private beach.
In that case, if I could not have a private beach, then yes, I would make a pool so I could lay naked by the pool. Yeah, there you go.
Perfect.
I think so.
Do you lay naked out by the pool with your grandparents?
No, they have their own house.
I thought you said they're next to each other, or it's far away.
I just like in a little compound, so like land big enough, but like I still have my own privacy areas.
Like the pool. Say, this is my pool.
And you have to knock to come in because I might be naked.
You have like a gate around it?
No. My grandparents used to be naked.
Then how are they going to knock?
They changed my diapers when I was 5.
That's true. I mean, I've been to a lot of nude beaches. One nude beach specifically on the Big Island of Hawaii. Once you're there, no one cares.
Exactly. There were a few in Tulum, but I never got a chance to go because me and my friends ended up bailing out a little bit because it was kind of further away, but we really wish we would have done that. That would have been fun. Or even like a topless beach.
Yeah, one of the best experiences of my life was swimming naked with dolphins.
Oh.
With a couple close friends of mine. And as we were swimming back to shore, there was a double rainbow over our. It was like the most magical moment ever.
That's a core memory for you.
Yeah.
You'll always remember that. That's amazing.
I mean, I hope I always remember that.
Yeah. That would be amazing.
It's great.
I've never done anything like that, but I have been scuba diving with manatees before, and manatees are my favorite animals. So that's one of my favorite. I was in a spring down in Florida.
Do you like get close enough to touch them?
You can't touch them. It's illegal because it's they're unless if they come up to you, that's fine, but you can't go up to them.
Yeah.
They're an endangered species. They're such sweethearts that they end up getting killed by a lot of boats and a lot of.
What are they called? Manatees are like the
sea cows.
Yeah, sea cows.
Mm-hmm. They eat their body weight in vegetables every year.
Sounds like me.
You might be a manatee.
Yeah, that's not that much. That's not that many vegetables.
They weigh tons.
If I did that, that would be like a half a pound of vegetables. That'd be less than that. That'd be like a third of a pound of vegetables a day for 365 days.
Oh, when you put it like that. Yeah. Manatees are quite a bit bigger, though.
The Manatee Challenge. All right, everyone. Eat your body weight in vegetables over a year.
Let's see who sticks to it.
Is that like Hard 75? Have you heard about that one?
I have not.
Oh, it's a lot of people say it's too hard. Like that's the point. It's like do a 45-minute workout like twice a day, every day, pick a diet and stick to it. And then there's some like other challenges. It's supposed to be some like fitness influencer thing, but a lot of people criticize it for being too unrealistic.
And I feel like a lot of people criticize any sort of influencer that's going to put out some sort of fitness, whatever. But I don't.
Yeah.
Do you follow any sort of fitness?
I'm just like a jogger. So I ran a marathon and a half marathon in the last year. I'll probably run, I don't know if I'll run another marathon this year, but I'll probably do a half. But that's not because I like want to be fit. It's just because I enjoy jogging. Like it's just part of my routine.
That's
just something I like to do.
Health.
Yeah. And it's like I put my headphones in, I put my music in, it feels really good. And then I've got like a whole yoga room over there. Like I like to stretch and do yoga. Just to keep myself limber.
I need to start stretching more.
Yeah, stretching really is great.
I only think about it when something hurts, and then I get into a really good like 30-minute stretch, and then I forget about it until I start hurting again.
Like, honestly, I don't do as much as I should. I mean, like I said, I don't believe in the word should, but I stretch for maybe like 10 minutes a day. And I feel like it's kind of like, I try to meditate also, and there's a saying in meditation, meditate for 20 minutes a day. If you don't have time for that, meditate for 2 hours a day. Because the idea being like you should, prioritize yourself and your mental health and all these things. And if you don't have time, really, you're just like over committing yourself to stuff. But I should probably stretch a little more.
That's a good way to look at it. If you're not prioritizing yourself, then you're probably doing too much. Yeah. I try to meditate, but there's so much going on in my mind that I can't focus on anything besides whatever thoughts I'm thinking about.
I'll give you a meditation book before you go. I wrote a meditation book.
Oh, cool.
I've sold, I think, over 4,000 copies now.
Oh, wow.
It's done really well, better than my other books that I've written. If you want to buy a book, A Guided Meditation for Beginners on Amazon, available now. Every page, it's 40 pages long. Every page just says inhale, exhale.
Oh, that's cool. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, that's all there is to it.
And 40,000 copies.
Not 40,000, 4,000.
4,000, but still.
Maybe one day. That would be great. 40,000. Wow, I could quit my job.
I'll tell all my friends.
Yeah.
Then you'll be a billionaire.
Yeah, well, a 40,000 air.
Well, yeah.
A little more than that.
Enough to be able to try to pursue other passions.
That's like a really interesting amount of money because it's not quite enough to like quit a job, and it's not quite enough to like buy a house. Like maybe you could buy like a car or something.
A little cushion.
Yeah, go out to eat a couple extra times a week, something like that. Even though I don't really go out to eat that much anyways.
Are you kind of a homebody?
Well, ever since I gave up like meat and cheese, a lot of restaurants don't have great vegan options. And like, I'm not going to go pay a bunch of money to eat like French fries or something like that I don't actually really want. So it's usually easier for me to buy my food. And then since I started recording podcasts, you know, this takes up a lot of my time.
Yeah.
And then the rest of my time is just working. And so
editing and.
But I still like to dance. Like I'll go out dancing. I'll go out to comedy clubs. I'm trying to get into stand up.
Yeah. Well, if you are feeling up to it, we'll be at TV Lounge. It'll be me, Alex. It's gonna be.
Yeah,
like I
if
said,
anyone is up to it, if you want to be we'll be at TV Lounge tonight. No, I'm not gonna release this.
Come on down. Yeah. But I should probably start heading out because I do have to.
Yeah. We're on a little bit of a time crunch, so we're gonna wrap it up here.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Anything you want to tell to the people before we go?
Oh, pressure.
If you won the lottery.
I feel like one of my big advice, especially with like things that I see where people just jump all in, it'd be a good idea to pace yourself. Like remember where you're coming from, where you came from, and what you need to work on, and also be like mindful about your spending. Don't overspend and jump into it because then you're going to burn through it so fast. And remember to take care of your loved ones because they've been there for you. You know, they've been supporting you and taking care of you. I think that's a big thing too.
All right, you heard it here first, folks. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Pace yourself. Have a good night.